What did Lewis Hamilton say after Monza that completely changed Ferrari's championship mindset? Why did his sixth-place finish trigger more excitement in Maranello than some of their race wins? And how did 8 words from Hamilton prove that Ferrari's biggest gamble might finally be paying off? The answers to these questions reveal a story that goes far deeper than qualifying penalties and grid positions. This is about a 7-time world champion finally finding his voice in red and the moment everything clicked. Lewis Hamilton started the Italian Grand Prix weekend facing familiar demons. Another penalty, another trip to the back of the grid, another weekend where questions about his Ferrari adaptation would dominate the headlines. The narrative had become painfully predictable. Hamilton struggles, Ferrari scrambles for answers, and the Tifosi wonder if their hero was past his prime. But something extraordinary happened at Monza. From 10th on the grid, Hamilton didn't just recover. He delivered a masterclass in racecraft that reminded everyone exactly why Ferrari signed him. Every overtake was calculated, every move precisely timed. The SF-25 wasn't fighting him anymore. It was responding to his commands like a weapon he'd finally learned to wield. According to the race report, Hamilton carved his way through the field with precision, timing every move perfectly, overtaking with confidence. The grandstands erupted with each pass, the Tifosi chanting his name as he climbed from the depths of the grid into the points. This wasn't just damage limitation. This was Hamilton announcing his arrival at Ferrari. When the checkered flag fell, Hamilton's immediate radio message was telling, "Great job today, guys. I'm grateful for the push. Sorry I couldn't get further up." The humility was classic Hamilton, but something else came through in his voice. Something that would change everything. After climbing out of the SF-25, Hamilton dropped the bombshell that sent shockwaves through Maranello. "I definitely felt on top of the car today," he revealed. "I was really happy with it. The overtaking was great after the penalty. These weren't just standard post-race pleasantries." For months, Hamilton had been diplomatically describing his struggles with the Ferrari's unique characteristics. The SF-25 had been a puzzle he couldn't solve, a machine that seemed to resist his every input. His performances at Hungary and Spa had been particularly brutal, lapped, knocked out in Q1, looking every inch a driver out of sync with his equipment. But here's the crucial detail that makes this revelation so significant. Hamilton admitted he felt completely on top of the car for the first time in a long while. This wasn't gradual improvement. This was a breakthrough moment where everything suddenly made sense. The timing couldn't have been more perfect. At Ferrari's most sacred venue, in front of the most passionate fans in motorsport, Hamilton had finally cracked the code. The real bombshell wasn't just about car performance. Hamilton's description of the Tifosi experience revealed something deeper about his emotional connection to Ferrari. He said he could barely find the words to capture what it felt like, and that from the first corner, from the very moment he left the garage, he saw nothing but red. This is Lewis Hamilton we're talking about, a driver who has experienced every form of motorsport passion, from Silverstone's roar to Interlagos's carnival atmosphere. Yet Monza had given him something unique. He compared the energy to Brazilian football, saying the Tifosi's passion was fueling his drive rather than adding pressure. The significance here goes beyond sentiment. Karun Chandhok, analyzing Hamilton's performance, compared it to how Hamilton always seems to find another gear at Silverstone, likening him to Nigel Mansell, a man famous for using the energy of the crowd to elevate his performance. This emotional connection represents the missing piece Ferrari had been searching for. It's not just about Hamilton adapting to the car, it's about him embracing the entire Ferrari culture. Hamilton's revelation about feeling on top of the SF-25 wasn't just emotional. It was backed by concrete technical progress. According to the race analysis, Hamilton had worked intensively with his side of the garage since the summer break to find new setups, to adjust brake balance, to reshape his driving style to suit the SF-25's character. The proof was in the data. Hamilton was within a tenth of Charles Leclerc in qualifying, then matching him for pace during parts of the race. For a driver who had looked lost in the Ferrari just months earlier, this represented a quantum leap in performance. But here's what makes this technical breakthrough so significant. Hamilton specifically mentioned his pride in how consistent his laps had been at Monza and how the car was finally responding. This suggests Ferrari's development direction is finally aligning with Hamilton's driving style. Hamilton's post-Monza comments reveal a mindset shift that could reshape Ferrari's season. While sixth place isn't the fairy tale the Tifosi dream of, he said, it shows that the fairy tale is still possible. This isn't just optimistic talk. Hamilton specifically mentioned using this as a springboard and carrying this momentum into the next rounds. He talked about proving that Ferrari can compete again and emphasized that the belief inside the garage is growing. For Ferrari, this represents validation of their biggest gamble. They didn't just sign Hamilton for his talent, they signed him for his championship mentality and his ability to elevate entire organizations. His words after Monza suggest that process is finally beginning. Hamilton's breakthrough at Monza answers some questions but raises others that could determine Ferrari's championship aspirations. Can this newfound harmony between driver and machine translate to consistent podium contention? Will Hamilton's emotional connection to the Tifosi provide the extra motivation needed for title fights? The evidence suggests Ferrari finally has their champion speaking with conviction rather than diplomatic patience. Hamilton himself said he sees the progress and feels the improvements, declaring himself excited about the battles to come. As we head into the crucial final phase of the season, one thing is clear. Lewis Hamilton's confession at Monza wasn't just about one race. It was about a 7-time world champion finally feeling at home in red, and that could change everything for Ferrari. The fairy tale Hamilton mentioned, it might just be beginning.